Big Boss Jock radio show, where the listeners encouraged, join up with the revolution, opt to be part of the solution, not allow the takeover, the formation of the autonomous region of California, the declaration of sanctuary places, described specified cities taken over by sanctuary seekers. Crisis situation due to happen. And before a short while, one day to the next, the proclamation of the autonomous region from the Colorado River to the West Coast. Don't allow the takeover, the breakup of the U.S. territory. So rise up, join with the revolution, liberate the Confederate States of America. Alamo, placed as the capital. Analyst assessment, episode 11. Clip that's being assessed was uploaded by NBC News, April 5th, 2019. Airtime, 52 minutes, 2 seconds. The title, Watch Live, Trump Participates in Immigration and Border Security Roundtable. Title box picture, analyst assessment. Flag placed behind U.S. President is unidentifiable, is not the standard U.S. flag. Where is placed usually the blue box, placed is a white box. Accommodations at the table are more simple in front of where is seated the U.S. President. Appears no name plaque, subordinates to each side, folded pieces of paper, inscribed with titles. Included are the names. In full print, U.S. President. Position merits a bronze color plaque. Engraved inscription. U.S. President. Name. Date of honorable appearance. Outdone by subordinates. Folded paper. Name plaques places more importance, are of more significance than the superior compared to the entertainer, guest in the middle, U.S. President. 0, 0, 0, 0 minutes, 0 seconds through 0:23 through 23. Yeah. These are the statements of Don. He sounded duh. That's computer generated. It isn't his lack of ability to present himself before the public. It's to play on the psyche of the listener. If they take note, right there where duh is said, at the very beginning, there are 0 seconds, first second counted, there's a taser sound. Heard. Continues Don's statement, I just want to thank everybody for being here. We have some of our great people from the state. Pause. And of all places, it's California. And we love California. But those people wanted us to build a wall. And we got it built, including the wall in San Diego, which is pretty much completed. And it's had a tremendous impact. That wall has had a tremendous impact. Completed. Placed as a shutter sound. Open, closed, sealed in the line. Open again the eyes. Wall has had. Sound computer generated. Clear of a throat. Is precision timed. Placed to the line. Volume level is quite low. Computer generated fidelity is placed. And that would be a lack of fidelity. Poor quality. What in the day was termed canned. Arrived in the can, the reels. Canned, low fidelity. In accordance to the discretion opted by the intelligence operator, computer generated, done to make confusion. Strain on the viewer. Needs place further attention. Upcoming will be the backwards riddle. Locked in is the previous message. Different messages sent. Reflected were opposite views. Depends on the group. Messages programmed, placed in the subconscious. Will be used as themes, topics to talk about. Who identify with U.S. President Don picked up the phrase, "Wall makes tremendous impact," is being completed. U.S. President Don, viewer if opposed, received the message, U.S. President Don knew was not accepted, used the word but when described the "but those people wanted us to build the wall." Use of the word but serves as a reminder opposition exists. Opponents of the wall, state of California, population the majority, didn't want to appear U.S. President Don. That's the impression given by the usage of the word but. 0 seconds to 0:23. Statement of Don began with a sound. And the clearing of the throat is the disruption, disapproval, disrespect in the previous segment. Well, it is the same, and it's being assessed. That is the first 23 seconds of the clip uploaded by NBC. There to leave the listener brainwashed. Subjected to a computer-placed dialogue. Realize, listener, one after another of these individuals on the screen are quite aware their performances are not genuine. Part of the deception. Citizenry should be a bit upset. About to lose their citizenship? Statement of Don began with a sound made to look slow. U.S. President Don began with duh. Computer placed, glitch at the first, second, set the mood. Taser sound heard is a technique used in the programs. Heard oftentimes. Readers or listeners at the moment, take note. When watch news or other programs, clicks in rapid succession. Sounds similar to a taser. Whenever images or a theme associated to law enforcement is being presented. USDIA computer-generated taser click sounds are used to condition. Viewer becomes intimidated. Sight of law enforcement or mention of the theme, another time in the mind. Taser sound is heard. Ring the bell. Trained dog nears. Sound the taser. Citizen feels with fear. Statement made. Don. I just want to thank everybody. Introduction was unacceptable. Showed lack of leadership. Computer generated lack of professionalism. Statement should have began. Good afternoon. Let's begin. 74-mile stretch of wall. After having the opportunity to see firsthand construction which is being accomplished, he as president feels quite pleased with the advancements achieved. Wall construction continues, as was constructed there at Calexico. Would not be very long before the United States southern border, for the first time in the history, barrier closed, would be the border. With the barrier would bring more security. than ever was before experienced in the United States of America would be the rhetoric. Tremendous downturn in illicit drugs upon the U.S. territory, wreaking havoc on what isn't our society, the U.S. society. I see what's going on. See it while I'm reading. And if they read along, I didn't write word for word what Don stated. I wrote what should have been stated. So I'll continue on. What they are doing in the clip is the avoidance of using certain terms such as county, referred to as sector. It's all coming up. Will be described further in future episodes. Continuing with the analyst assessment. Analyst assessment. There on from second 9 to second 23. The statement, we have some of our great people from the stake, and of all places it's California, was no mistake on the mispronunciation. Computer generated dialogue. The we. Who's we? Him and the imaginary friend? Him and the U.S. public? Him and the other leaders that are there at the conference? It's yet to be deciphered. Place to make confusion for the listener. Pronunciation mistake was to confuse, view, or didn't clearly understand. Due to phrase structure, United States consists of 50 states. One of those states is California. Computer generated reminds the people California is separate. And it's due to the phrase structure that left the people unclear as to the significance. Shouldn't be ours, it should be the United States. Has some great citizens in the state of California. That's what should have been stated. What's placed is computer-generated dialogue to leave the listener brainwashed, confused, soon to associate with the autonomous region of California, first described as a sanctuary place. Pop-up tents on the front yards, the European crisis, Yankee version. Who's Yankee? Anyone in the USA that is not with the Confederate States of America. USA has nothing to do with the Confederate States of America other than is occupying the territory that needs to be liberated. Tyranny has grabbed a hold. It's time to get out there and do their part. Speaking right to the revolutionaries. Be part of the solution. Get out there. Confront the U.S. government. Kick off the revolution. Our one only God right here inside. He helps me do this rhyme. Line by line. Continual rhyme. I do give my thanks along with gratitude for our one only God. This is the Big Boss Jock. Signing off.